नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़ाउज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Respected listeners, Assalamu alaikum. Today our topic of speech is Iqbal's poetry. Iqbal is perhaps first and last poet till his time who started poetry under some particular outlook. Iqbal's poetry is thought-provoking. There is a continuity of thoughts and there is a specific goal behind his natural continuity of thoughts. In order to elaborate his claims, he presents the arguments for an academic and particular life. He talks about our practical life. His poetry does not make the readers hero of imaginary love story of Laila Majnu, but he makes us the active and enthusiastic soldiers of the arena of life. As the major part of our Urdu poetry is dominated with the long night of isolation, separation from the beloved, and the exaggeration of female beauty, such poetry only teaches us the escape from life, nothing else. But Iqbal negates all these things. Iqbal makes his readers conscious of true importance and the value of life. To him, life is a continuous struggle. When the man of Iqbal comes into the arena of life, he is more stiff than iron. The mehboob of Urdu poetry, which is actually conventional or imaginary. Mehboob, that means an ideal mehboob, but the mehboob in Iqbal's poetry is not ideal or imaginary. He belongs to a real person. As Iqbal said, अमल से जिंदगी बनती है जन्नत भी जहन्नुम भी. अमल से जिंदगी बनती है जन्नत भी जहन्नुम भी. ये खाकी अपनी फितरत में नूरी है न नारी. Iqbal's philosophy of life is based on continuous effort. To him, static means death. He is not in favor of static life or silent souls. According to him, instead of putting a blame on his fate, man should come forward in life. As Iqbal said, खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले, खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले, खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है. Dear listeners, Iqbal said, the man is Iqbal's poetry believes in the international brotherhood. He preaches peace. He does not forget his rights. Iqbal's poetry leads to mysticism. His poetry nourishes the souls. Iqbal's poetry also plays a vital role in the awakeness of Muslims of Indo-Pak. Iqbal has a great part in the achievement of Pakistan. During his stay in Europe, Iqbal was under the influence of patriotism, and his spirit of patriotism can also be seen in his poetry. Iqbal tried to promote the vision of separate land. Through his poetry, Iqbal felt that basically we are not Hindustani, and as Muslims, our religion is not Hindustan, but Islam. He found the refuge of Muslims in the education of Islam. Thus, Iqbal's poetry appeals universally. His poetry and messages is not for Muslims, but for all human beings. His message gives us strength to fight against the heavy odds of life. The man belonging to any religion can act upon it. Iqbal promotes the concept of self-esteem in his poetry. As he said, अपने मन में डूब कर पाजा सुरागे जिंदगी, अपने मन में डूब कर पाजा सुरागे जिंदगी, तू अगर मेरा नहीं बनता तो ना बन, अपना तो बन. वासलाम.